Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mindusty. I timed that surprisingly well. Anyways, today I have plans. First off, I started some thorium mining last time, both by accident and then on purpose. Yes, I'm confused, why do you ask? You know what I can unlock now? Everyone's favorite, Plastanium Conveyor. I really like this thing. Oh, Impulse Pump. What a treat. But that's not why I'm here. I want to capture the salt flats, folks. I really don't think Frozen Force is good. It does pretty much have what I need, because you're really supposed to be launching from one swift, actually. It's decent stuff, really. How's the core looking? Same better. Alright, there's also fungal pass I should look into. I don't believe there's anything in the Stained Mountains. Well, there's stuff. Not useful, though. I need to deconstruct this on my personal time, but also incredibly powerful defense. No, there's like nothing here. Okay, so probably from 2 to 2, because that's a lot of resource. Go here. Let's see. Like 2k copper. Come on, let's not be stingy now. Could I type it? I kinda don't wanna. Even though it's definitely faster. Now do you see why I went overboard with the silicone? Also, I suppose shout out to the Funtu keyboard because I am using it. I always forget graphite the thing you need to make. And yet I never pay a price for forgetting. Cool. I mean, what the hell, I'll take some over here too, why not? Do I have any power sources on me? Nuh-uh. Potato, potato, what's the worst that could happen? My brightness is high. Let me fix that. There we go. Nice, dark, grim aesthetic. Anyways. No, this simply will not do. What's our silicon look like? Completely unpowered. Like, literally why was it unplugged? Weird. How's our power situation? Unfortunately, we're in the salt flats, which means lower efficiency. Unless you build these on the sand. But I don't believe there's any convenient water sources in, the salt flat. I feel stupid now. Do I think a few maces can take out this, honestly not even that difficult to raid base area? Correction, Dur's lances. I do not want to deal with those if I have the choice to. Okay, that takes 4. There's a few scatters. Is there a way I can cut them off sufficiently with air units? It's these two which are really gonna piss me off here. Unless I come from this side. Come from this angle and push in due to the fact that these lances will not target us. That being said, the core is here. Does this look like it's in range? One way to check easily is just to build another one nearby. And check its range bubble. Yes, game, I know. Can I just not see if I put it in there? Okay, well... That would cover probably where I want to attack. Being said, is there any flying units which would be strong enough in my current arsenal Polys aren't built for combat, and I don't have the best of unlocks, too. This being said, 12 damage compared to something like, I don't know, just a Nova. And that's 13, and much higher fire rate, although I believe the Poly has multi-shot. Yes. It just feels wrong using Polys this way. Just making me think the bomber's practically useless. Maybe one of these would be useful. I've never actually used it. But it wants graphite. Actually, no, that's not. It wants coal, which is annoying, and that gives melting. How much coal are we looking at right now? Seem better. Could be worth a try. As long as the base up here has no anti-fire systems. Which, it has liquid tanks. Doesn't count, though. These things have a pretty pitiful range, movement speeds subpar at times. You have to keep in mind the Lance has a moderately large, like it has more range than you would expect. And I have to deal with everything else here. Honestly, going for the copper patch might be the most convenient way. That being said, I'd kind of want to try and do that with the Novas. So, I brought titanium. Just gonna assume the defense here is strong enough, so we're gonna be making Novas. Actually, I'm gonna like add more, probably. Just like this. I did not think this far ahead. I should have time though. No, I shouldn't. Whatever, whatever. Potato, potato, it's fine. See? It's not fine. Oh well. Yes. Hey, you want to switch that to a Nova. Which being said, means I need to do this, this. Power grid looks... We have no batteries. Why? Okay. Cool. Why do we have phase fabric here? I do not know. Where do I put some batteries safely? Kind of like back here-ish. So when's my base winning an award for beauty? We need to just get this plugged in. And we're already in the negatives by a lot. Of course. One thing we can do to try and supplement power production is acknowledge the fact that we have a water source. And actually plug it in, yeah. Alright, that's a lot more power than we used to have. Can you switch that? Yes, thank you. Immediately kick that on. Now, the maces aren't going to be too good, so I might just leave them as a defense measure. Yes, welcome to power -3. Actually gets a little difficult. Base attack. They're probably going to make a beeline to the base. Oh, good heavens. Okay. Want those out of the way so they don't pile up. This should be flying for the current. Alright, they do a weird boost thing now. Nifty. If the power grid wasn't already in a shit like state, I would overclock it. I don't want to take a guess on what that's turned into. Just a booster is not the biggest range. Could supplement this with more iron demands. Iron? It's a weird way of saying titanium. There's a single enemy that's not been produced by them. Just gonna mosey on over. Should be more than defended for this. Honestly, considering this has like twice the build speed and this is only a 20% increase, that kind of feels like a good idea to try and overclock these two. Yes. Now I'm also going to want to take from here. Give that one priority. There we go. So this should now stop taking from the core. Mostly. So yes, that's good. If we can produce it, no reason to not do that. And we're somehow still in the positive. God knows why. No, I should test it out, like, things like the Bucky. Oh well. I should test them out. I just... no. I'm gonna shut that, it's fine. I survived way longer than expected. And these presses look pretty dang damn sure if I die on them enough. They'll probably take damage, but whatever. That is not a good strategy, folks. Huh. It's like a four-leaf clover. Is this enough? No. Seven does not feel like enough. Are we out of silicone? We're running off of one of these. The sand isn't even keeping up. Now that's a real crime here. Too much, probably. Do I care? No. No, I don't. It's just actually easier to use than demolition. Okay, chop, folks. We have things to fabricate. Oh. That was gonna be like a lot more for me. It's not. Okay, so Novas are like way more, but whatever. They're worth it enough. Actually, out of curiosity, what would happen if I sent a mace directly at the core? Well, there's an ambush coming. I guess they won't cross paths, which is helpful. Or maybe I'll just kill it. What will you do in this circumstance? You know, science. Oh, I see, you'll eat shit. I never even considered the fact that there's hails. Okay. Hails can attack flying targets, if I'm not mistaken, because I use those a lot in The Name Shall Not Be Spoken. No, they don't. Okay, well... But then I used these, and these can't target. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I don't know why, I just feel like doing... Oh, I don't have graphic protection, that was not wise. Can we, like, not blow over water on that? Like, preferably not? Thanks, mate. There it goes. So that's going to give more coal utilization and more power production, which which is just barely keeping the base up. Because I know what I'm doing or something. You guys keep pulsing. I can only assume you're buffing each other. But what kind of a buff? Shield regeneration field. So when do we tell them they don't have shields? Whatever. How many of you are there? 13. We can do better, folks. We can do better. This guy's not looking great. Considering I now know where they come from, I can just sort of shim this one over. Am I surprised the mace with its flamethrower can hit air units? Of all the things in this game that can hit air units, why is it the mace? Oh well, potato potato, who really knows? Nor cares. Nice lead patch you have here. Mind if I shoot at it? Yeah, I got bored, I know this makes no difference. It's just kind of funny to think about. Wow, these things are not very accurate. And yes, I know that the core units normally have like a negative 90% building damage. It'd be super cheesable otherwise. How many of these can we run? Alright, that's the upper limit then. I mean, I could always overclock the drills, or genuinely just build more of them. I guess that's the fun thing about this mod, you can just sort of build drills all the way back in the frozen forest. Jesus. Alright, that's just excessive, but whatever. This one's about to blow up. Not that I care, per se. Just an observation. Oh, looks like it's time to invade, folks. Come with me, army. Oh, that's why it was so weak. Youch. Okay, where do I want to take this again? Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna be shot at, but this unit's basically free. There's hails on both sides of the core. And they're homing hails. Although, neither the lances nor... It's just the scatters that will shoot back. So I could honestly just do hit and runs on those. Maybe. Let's see. They're not air units. They're not air units. And, well, I mean, they are technically, but not for long. And I'm eating shit from the bases. Immediately. Wow, that didn't go very well. I didn't realize there was more behind it that would flick me. I think this side's better because it just has less of him. Let this be a lesson that sometimes you have to try again, and hate it the whole way through. I don't have enough titanium for this, man. I'm gonna be completely honest. Sneeze. I'm gonna be completely honest here and just say it. Yeah, the tier 2 units are complete garbage. They serve near zero purpose, from what I can observe. I hate them. They are not good units. I do not like the tier 2. Here's a good question. Why is the core not at all defended? Like, seriously. Well... preferably more, please. Oh, it's just slow. Oh. Why? Ooh. Well, at least we're back on solar, boys. But, like, why change where you're going? So late into it. Whatever, I'll completely overbuild this area. I guess they had a change in heart. Yeah, well, they're not the only ones. If you want to attack the Cyclone, that's your fault. Not mine. They know what they signed up for, right? And typically losing those would mean basically losing the power source on the base. But not for me, because I can cheat. I mean, use mods, and not cheat. Yes, yes. Now keep in mind, these drills are, we like to call significantly worse. But they are cheap and moderately convenient. What? Just being honest. We have no mines on copper, do we? It's good to know that doesn't actually need copper for once. We're also out of graphite by like a lot. Alright, these have mending abilities. And construction abilities. Tend to forget about that. Oh good, I've bleeding graphite as well. Can I not get a notification, please? From what even? It's probably just one of those policy changes. Or Gmail. Okay. I'd say this is working really well. Hurts me to actually take stuff out, but I kinda do need it. For anyone who's curious, it does like 70% less damage to healing to buildings than it does damage to enemy structures. Oh, I have a shield now. Huh. Yeah, it hurts. Now we're not really making enough coal. Lovely. I'll give them one thing in credit. At least they're determined to actually get in here. Can you stop, please? Alright, I think we all know where this is going. Things are... I'm not putting more in there. Eagle, eh? What's your range like? It's pretty good. Don't know if I'd say worthwhile, but it's fine. They really don't like going for the cyclones, do they? There's a little known secret. If they can't path through it, they're not gonna try it. Normally. They have weird pathfinding at times. Now I know this is going to be the most tempting place to attack for them. So in goes some crudely placed walls, because I somehow messed it up since the last time. This would have been cheaper. This is still cheaper. Out of curiosity, my drill speed is 700. And this thing has a... Okay, no, it's slower. It would have been funny, in my defense, officer. And yes, I want to funnel all of the enemy units directly into my base. Why? It's because there's a cyclone that's very angry. Just realized how many defenses are there. Oh dear. Actually, can we like fly near that and then just like immediately jump it? Down it goes. Hey, no, they're ground units now. Stop it. The only one you should be complaining about is me. Yes. If we can't kill them fair, we'll kill them unfair. Say goodbye to your economy, guys. Oh god, that makes sense. Why can it still see us? Nope. Hey, so you were shooting at us. Remember, if you can't hurt your enemies directly, just take their credit card for a spin, see how much you like it. Okay, so these guys are really annoying. We need to just focus that lance, because that lance will fuck us up instantly. And we're dead. Maybe I should just look for their power infrastructure. Well, they have a high draw speed, like really high. And it seems most of their power is completely centralized within their kitchen. AKA, blow up these batteries somehow, and then progress inwards. Also, if I stay here and occasionally shoot things, they'll never rebuild. Meaning that, effectively, all of this stuff is just kind of offline. Not that it really matters at this point. I actually made it in that time. How are there so many of you already? Weird. That makes two today, at least that time it was short. How's your ammo looking? Fantastic. I wonder if that building's boosted, perchance. More graphite. ammo efficient and deadly. Our power is completely fine, but yeah. Mainly just want to cripple their infrastructure. Are those air units? Well, they ain't shit anyways. And as expected, they're not actually rebuilding? What? Oh goodness. No, they're not rebuilding at all. Weirdos. Okay, well, guess I just have to cripple the power infrastructure, and they're getting a little bit more aggressive. In fact, they're so much more aggressive that I'm just gonna preemptively build another cyclone. See, when I came here on my phone, I brought along only the finest fortresses. They're a tier 3 unit. And they're terrifying. Because tier 3s are actually competent in this game. Oh well. Yes, I know that's so step, but I wanted a flat 30. Can you blame me for wanting to make it round? I mean, you could, but why? Why? You know, it's a good message when I use only 3 characters to do it. Oh, well, that's what the batteries are for, so I'm gonna take from them. Preferably soon-ish. Maybe. Oh, good heavens. So what I'm seeing is a bunch of hails and a lance. Would it be faster to just blow out their back power? I mean, lances are huge range, so it's probably gonna cover most of it. Fun fact, when I used fortresses, they didn't put up any, fight back. I guess by this point in the game, you would have access to thorium as well. In reference, the tar fields. Since I'm gonna be here longer than expected, I'll just start researching things. What can I say? Some stuff here is just really nice to have. For example, an even bigger pump I definitely can't use here. Stuff off that count, okay folks? It's good to know this method here is working just fine. Only taking what it needs. And we're running out. Of course we are. Stop that preemptively. Plus this thing backs up anyways. Who cares? So I might have grabbed a little extra, but who cares? We had extra. Turns out cyclones are just really good. Shocking. And yes, I know for viewing experiences I could build lights, but honestly my power grid could take it, so why not? 1 light bulb, please. Well, that does a lot more than it says, which is good. Before they used to have a teeny radius, which actually would show it when you're building it. What if I made this like a bright yellow? Oh, is it only for the bulb part? Okay, now I need to know. Damn it, for that. Wait. besides where the machinery is, there is actually a slight faint pink hue. I made the light just like black. Nothing. Well, so much for RGB. Look at that though. Well, this is a tiring experience, I guess. Overflow. If it overflows, just chuck it in the core. Oh dear, I forgot that was still a connection. Well, it's not like it's doing anything at the moment anyways. Alright folks. Time to go off on an adventure. So the plan is simple. We're gonna go here, 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 and then try to go from the back. Because no one expects us to go from the back, right? Maybe, hopefully. Gosh, I hope so. This time I'll be smart and not fly through the wall. You know, the AI might be trying new things until I told it to stop, but I can also try new things. That's why I meant to win this, by the way. Cool. All of you need to start landing now. Have it power. Yeah, blow it. Think about it to like your only power grid. We need to dip. And now their base should probably start losing power. Hopefully. That should take down the lances too. A decisive victory. I don't know, they don't seem to realize they can repair these things. Not yet, at least. I don't know what those liquid tanks are for. Probably some, ritualistic barrels or something else. I don't actually know why they're there. Hey, Nuke, explain. I don't really want to wait for the power grid to drop. Gives me an idea, however. You, one closest to death. Just, melee that lands. I want to see how long their grid lasts. Never mind. And this also has limited ammo. Their other ones are, also limited ammo. Oh. Well, I would say I have one. It's just gonna take a while. I have a really bad idea. Right, you guys are probably not gonna take this terribly seriously, but hold on. Let's get back there. Even though I could just become the unit and have a higher build speed or something. While we're just, you know, chilling. What if I accidentally built a repair point? I know. Foolish of me, isn't it? There you go. Just because I'm going to win doesn't mean I can't still cheat, okay? Can we, like, not build more of these? No, it's basically built. I don't know, boss, that's not very fast. Anyways, we're just gonna leave that singular repair point up here. You know, by accident. Plus, they only want the core anyways. Why would they ever attack this area? And besides, it just healed my entire army. Alright, I don't really care if I get blown up. Oh, got blown up. Who cares? With me, everyone. I thought it would lock onto me at that point. Alright, so we've had a clear victory up there, and now the base may eventually black out. If the power grid was even connected to, like, anything. which seems to be a purely defensive power grid. I won't lie, considering what I just tried to do, that's, yeah, and they still have all the reserves, so, time for plan A, which is to blow up their batteries and force them into a terrible power spiral. Up we go. So, what's the best way of getting to the batteries? Probably dealing with those hails first, I'd have to assume. Unfortunately, there's hails literally everywhere. This entire wall area is just a nightmare. But what if it wasn't? What if I just blew up the power line? Yeah, it's dumb, but hey, if it's stupid, will it work? Is it really that stupid? Come on, guys, blow up their power grid. Rip out all the cables you can. Okay, now retreat. Another victory. Now their batteries don't matter. These lances near the core should just be dead. Speaking of which, that means I can effectively push and only deal with the limited ammo hails. That worked a lot better than expected. If this base was capable of repairing, this would take way longer. But I'd say victories within sight. In a reasonable time frame now, okay? How am I supposed to build that? Like this? Probably. Right now, with their primary defense offline, it's time for a joyride. No, you can't see me. Yep, the lances are all offline. Yeah, there's nothing we can do now. You know, just blow it up. Okay, maybe don't. Oh! We win! And that only took 47 minutes. It's a good thing I budgeted for that. Anyways, I actually don't care about the water extractor. Behold, the oil extractor. 15 oil a second, folks. And it barely takes any power. Large amount of power. Yeah, that's like one oil generator. Wait, these are new. High pressure water extractor. It just... well, that's it's like a singular rotary pump. That's not very good. Impact... whoa, that's a large power demand. What's your, is that 150 oil a second? Oh. Oh, I see. Wait, salt gives it a speed bonus. Salt? Wow, that's expensive. Probably not yet in the game, but that definitely sounds more of an end game goal. Hey. The vault. We're full on thorium, but it's just, now we're out of thorium. Cool. Oh shit, the base is on fire. Off. Off. Why are you missing? Why are you missing? Wait. There's something that's still connecting. Stop it. Now. Cool. So that's now done. Don't even bother commenting on what you're seeing, folks. Just save yourself the effort. That should be going to the core instead. And there we go. Everything nicely in the core, and that special metal was completely useless. Well, I would say, just rip out their power grid. The lances are no longer really that much of a problem. Huh. Well, that took an embarrassingly long amount of time. Time to just, like, research aggressively how to make the, multipletives constructor, because that one's actually good. Speaking of good, we now have an oil extractor. That is so bad. Wow, okay. Sand is not even that good for it. Compared to this, which gets same values. Never mind. What this does mean, in regions that are not like, you know, this, because there's oil ponds, we can just make basically on-demand oil. I kid you not. And it takes just about a mechanical pump and a bit's worth of oil, or water, which I mean just one of these. Why is it a 0.2? I guess a rounding error, but yeah, just one of these can power 2 of those. Oh boy. Now we're getting to the end game, folks. You know, as long as I keep abusing sectors like 222, it doesn't really matter how much oil I can produce, because I could just remove the air quality. Yeah. Yes, this entire video was just to make future expansion, when I have thorium, that much easier. Also considering those use about a oil generator's worth of power, literally the same number, that means if I'm not mad about siphoning off 7.5 oil in a second, which, to be honest, hurts a wee little bit, I can use that to power both of these. So actually, it's not great for power generation, because you're only making about, what? That's pretty... It's exactly half the oil. Okay. You didn't know what else we get when we're running with that, right? I mean, I could just say we're gonna have thorium power if I can find where it is in this menu. Vulcan. Huh? What on earth? Weird stuff, folks. Weird stuff. Where is it? Where are our generators? I don't know, maybe right here, cryofluid. I never thought of that. Let's do it here. Mainly also because there's titanium. Like literally right here, which we're not mining for currently unknown oh. That's why we're not doing it here. We're out of silicone. I could make silicone using only dark sand. I'd rather not. That being said, I'm guessing I can't make cryofluid because of course I can't. No radiator oil. What does this even take? Just oil and thorium. No, I take my words back. Silicone. This. Oil. Like that maybe? No, because I am making oil. I am kind of speechless of how I managed to mess that one up so fast. Move it. Build it. And because we have plenty of power to spare, I only assume. Right? We're going to be using one of these. Apparently these things are colossally inefficient. I also colossally do not really care. They're at half the efficiency, but they have the advantage of not needing power. Don't make a fool of me, okay? Good on that. There we go. Now we're out of graphite. Which means that some of this needs to go to graphite production. Let's just build these instead. Oil extractor would be very nice right about now. Oh, this is very nice. These little copper drills, yeah, 5 per second is nice, but here's a counterpoint. What if we just had more? Not right now. Also, these have to be built on a sandy-esque surface, which includes salt. So, okay. Wait, am I foolish? I believe so. What if I just because each one of these produces 6, what do these want? About the same. Well, now it takes power, but we're in the negatives. Hell yeah. Counterpoint. We're in the negatives. Yay. It is faster, however, I will give it that much credit. Yeah, this is not great. Just a way to siphon off the extra, although I'm looking at this and I can imagine how much water that actually would want. It's almost like I shouldn't be generating solutions like this. Oh well. Yeah, this might take a wee bit longer than expected, you know. Just a tad bit. I think I'm genuinely better off mining coal myself and hand feeding it. The lowest point in any factory games when you actually want to do that. Oh well. Can I get some oil? Coal? Yes I can. This thing's pitifully slow drilling speed. It's almost like they're not meant for this. And they also only hold 30. If I am not mistaken, 30 capacity of a drill speed of slightly higher than the actual ground unit. Checks out, honestly. Oh, did I mention polys are slower than the player? A non-zero amount, yeah, that's true. I need to build a turret just to test out how strong it is. Archer sounds like a bad idea. Let me try it. Yes. What's the worst that can happen, right? By building a mixer here? Probably nothing. Slightly ominous. Oh! Steamy. I feel like I'm going to be playing with forces beyond where I should be. Very good. Also, the reason I built that one first is beyond my understanding. Ooh. Looks kind of cool doing it, though. Is that stuff safe to inhale? We don't have lungs, so probably safe enough. Is it really an OSHA violation if we don't have lungs? Yes, but at least we're not affected by it. Keep in mind, I'm not really giving this the oil it wants, and how much power is that thing drawing? Honestly, a lot of power, it turns out. That's enough for you, okay? You've had enough oil. I'm really curious. That makes 6 per second. Weird. How high is the fire rate supposed to go now? Because I'm very curious. 210%. I mean, that's pretty good, honestly. It'd be cool if I had a comparison, but that's because we're blacking out. That's probably what the real power draws from. Fine. I didn't want to have to go here, but it seems I will have to go here. Behold. Power. Right. We have a no coal. And I guess there's coal here. Is it really even worth running a belt like that? Not today. And that doesn't even include this stuff I'll need for it. Damn it. Well, we're over an hour, so I might go do something else. Considering I'm basically refusing to make real progress. Just check Discord. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Well. That building. Well, this should help the power problem. Even if just a little bit. Actually, that's a lot of help, because these things are blatantly overpowered to run. Well then. I did not make sure to only build that in the high production area. So this won't even run at max capacity, but I don't think I care. Well then. Did they move out of the way into me just to stay out of the way? These things, I tell you. Also, before anyone says it, yes, I see router chain. Yes, I don't like it either. How long until that core upgrade? I will be quiet from now on. God, that needs so much. Still 3.1k. Too much. Anyways, now we can really test this. That just feels unusually fast. Nifty. Let's play a game. See if we can have enough. If only this mod added things for like cargo units or something. Research what? There we go. Now we can research cryo fluid. No, we can't. Just take a quick little move. Chuck that in the bin. It's really making me work for this, isn't it? This is why I went so far with the 2 sector. Believe me, it helps. Anyways, there's a bunch of cryo fluid. I only put 1 in there, mind you. Full tank for just 1? Seriously? Well, cool, I guess now more science can be done. Like nuclear reactors. They're good. As long as you have a ample and sufficient quantity of cryo fluid, they're not that bad. But for the love of God, if you ever want to use a thorium reactor, keep extra cryo fluid. Just have cryo fluid. So much cryo fluid. Trust me, I tried once with an insufficient amount of cryo fluid by accident, and that reactor blew up like 4 different times. Have you ever wondered what it felt like to see a negative 22,000 power per second in your base looks like? Trust me, I know what that's like. I hate it. Yeah, you know, I say that out loud, that is rather overkill. Or maybe it was negative 12k. You have to keep in mind, not only was there like 10 reactors, but some of them were overclocked by 70% by accident. And there was also an impact reactor or 2 next to it. And when those impact reactors exploded, the polys immediately rebuilt them, which just cranked the power draw of having like 1 to 2 different impact reactors, and no functional power grid with a whole base running off of it. There's a reason why the nuclear production complex in that save has a few many batteries in it. However, in a almost funny turn of events, in my opinion, I could have also made the cryo fluid here. Oh well. What I will say is kind of funny is that, I don't know, of all the sectors to try and hold, yeah, the nuclear production complex is like one of the worst ones because it's constantly being invaded by 4 other high difficulty sectors. Oh well. Anyways, if you've enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, do what you want to do, share it around, and check out the playlist for more of this nonsense, or if you want to see how this technically wasn't built down here because the footage was deleted. They were corrupted or something. Anyways, I'm gonna go and find something to do with my time, because I don't feel like recording a second one back to back, but I probably will end up if nothing interesting happens. And take care.